Hey guys, it's Jake Biggie Mills, and we're back with another stadium video. And today we're looking at the NE10, the Northeastern 10 Conference for NCAA, the Division II football. Now, I learned about this conference not too long ago, like very shortly ago, a couple days. I was watching Millersville University play St. Anselm. I think that's how you say it. I'm going to figure it out when I get into editing of this video. But they were playing them in New Hampshire. And I looked a little bit into the conference that they're in, and there's some pretty neat stadiums in it, and I thought, you know what, this would be cool for a stadium video. So here they are, the NE10 stadiums for college football at Division II. Now, there are not 10 teams. It's a misleading name. It's like all the other, Power 5 conferences. But yeah, there's 8 teams. But I don't know what happened to the one, but I know one of the teams from this conference actually moved up to Division I, Stonehill. But yeah, they're obviously not in the conference anymore because they moved up. But yeah, they're a Division I school now. So there's only 8. There's probably gonna be shorter than the PSAC video. So let's get right into it. So Dexo Field, home of the Franklin Pierce Raven. This is a pretty nice looking stadium. This one kind of looks like a high school compared to the other ones on here and even in the PSAC. But I don't think it looks that bad. The baseball field in the background looks kind of nice, and the scenery around the stadium looks nice. It's in New Hampshire. There's going to be a lot of that. And a lot of other teams are going to have the same thing. Ralph F. Delacamera Stadium, home of the New Haven Chargers. As you can see, we got some blue turf. Let's hope they got permission from Boise State, because that would not be good if they didn't. But anyway, I love the foliage around the stadium. And another thing that I noticed is, same in the PSAC. A lot of the themes that I saw in the PSAC, I'm seeing in this conference too. Baseball stadium or softball stadium right next to the football stadium, and a bigger home side and a smaller away side. But this is a cool stadium, and there's a lot of nice foliage in these stadiums as well. Pace Stadium, home of the Pace Settlers. I'm pretty sure this is the only one in New York. All the others are in Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. It's a pretty nice looking stadium. Doesn't look like there's an away side. The baseball stadium next to it does look really cool. I really like that. And yeah, overall, it doesn't look like a terrible stadium at all. Grappone Stadium, home of the oh, God. Let's try it again. St. Anselm Hawks. Got it. This is a decent looking stadium. There is no away side. I can confirm that. This is the team that played Millersville. I love the A on the home side. It looks pretty cool. And yeah, it doesn't look bad. It looks a lot like a high school stadium. And again, another baseball field next to the stadium. Another one. Jestow Field, home of the Southern Connecticut State Owls. Now, this is kind of surprising to me. This is the only stadium in the conference with a track on it. It's kind of crazy. The home side is pretty big, and the away side is small. This kind of reminds me of a stadium in the PSAC, or just a nicer high school stadium. But overall, isn't too bad. Ronald J. Abdo Field, home of the American International College Yellow Jackets. To be honest with you, I think this is probably the nicest stadium on this list. Just by the looks of the turf, the bleachers, and yeah, overall, I think this is my favorite one. Brian Kelly Stadium, home of the Assumption Greyhounds, named after Brian Kelly, the head coach at LSU. What a debut for that guy, I must say. Yikes. All jokes aside, though, let's get into the stadium. All right, so this is a pretty nice looking stadium. The only thing that's kind of odd to me is the way that the baseball field and softball field, the dimensions are weird because of the way that the football field is merged in between the two. But overall, it doesn't look terrible. Bentley Football Field, home of the Bentley Falcons. This is our last stadium on the list, and probably one of the least appealing in my opinion. I mean, the surrounding area is nice and everything, but there's not much going on here. You know, you have your basic bleachers, not much seating. It doesn't look like that, but there's 4,800, that's the capacity, and that's kind of average for Division II. But nothing crazy exciting, but the surrounding area is pretty nice.